Yo, what up guys, your boy back here with another video, and as you can see we have a Jordan 1 box in front of you, and as you can tell by the title, but not by the box, we do not have another pair of court purples. This is a review of a pair of Jordan 1s in the shadow colorway, and I actually picked these up off of GOAT. It's my first time shopping on GOAT. I sold my pair of 350 V2 Cinder non-reflectives on GOAT, so I had that credit sitting around. And I've been looking for a pair of Jordan 1s for a while. I think my favorite pair of the Jordan 1s is probably the black toe, but with how expensive those are right now in the secondary market, definitely didn't want to drop the dough on that. But I love the shadow colorway, maybe 2 or 3 right after the black toes for me. So pick these up slightly used since I plan on wearing these a lot. But Jordan 1 box, and I can't stress how much I love this Jordan 1 box. It's just so nice. Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG. And while GOAT does through their authentication process, I know one thing everybody looks for on Jordan 1s is that stamp somewhere in the box, usually on the back of the lid. Came with a GOAT sticker as well as their little card. I don't know why, but a curious question I had in my head was whether or not they make these cards like in bulk and then punch them out beforehand, or if they do it as they go. I mean, they probably do it in bulk to save time and it makes sense, but it'd be cool if they like hand did those. But here they are, shadow 1s. And I've already taken a look at them, to be completely honest. I couldn't wait at all. Comes with the extra set of laces as well. I just couldn't wait. I've been waiting on these for a while. In my experience, GOAT does take a little bit longer than StockX to ship out their stuff. But here they are, shadow 1s. You guys have probably seen these on a lot of other channels. But these are definitely a pair of ones I really wanted to get. Like I said, slightly used, but as you can maybe tell by the outsole, not used that much at all. Right, so slight creasing on the toe and stuff, which is going to happen when you wear slight creasing on this back area, and that's more so what I worry about with Jordan 1s because of the highs. You know, when this back area is too far stretched out, sometimes it's hard to get it back to form, but totally good here. And as you can see, I've already thrown in my shoe trees. You can go check out my video on where to buy those spring shoe trees for cheap. And what I also did is just to help out with the creasing a little bit, I threw in a pair of force fields that I had, or sneaker shields or whatever they're called, in here as well as the shoe tree, so that when I wear them I don't have to put them in, I just kind of slide my foot in. But also just to kind of, as it's sitting here, seeing as I'm not going to be wearing them anytime soon because I'm stuck at home on quarantine. But Jordan 1 shadows, you guys have seen these before a bunch of times, but just wanted to put a video out there letting you know I got my pair off GOAT. And I want to talk a little bit more about my experience with GOAT. So the only tough part and complaint that I have off the bat with GOAT when it comes to being a buyer on their platform is that these did take a decent amount of time to come. And when you're holding, and I understand right now there's a lot of circumstances going on with COVID-19 and things like that, but I did order these before everything went kind of major. But I understand, you know, specific circumstances, but when you're requiring buyers to ship their items out in a couple days, right, and to hold them accountable, I think as GOAT, you have to hold yourself accountable as well, and really make sure that you're authenticating these not only correctly, but quickly as well, because buyers do want to get their product in. And on top of that, I did see a couple posts on the used part of GOAT that's, for example, would say like slightly used, and then underneath it'd be like a seller comment being like, have been worn since after taking the picture. So my only issue is like, one, when sellers take the pictures of their used shoes, but let's say they wear them afterwards, how do you as GOAT determine that? Like when they come into the GOAT facility, while they are being tested for whether or not they're authentic and they're being checked for that, are they also being checked for whether or not they're in the condition that we're supposed to be sold in? Because if not, that definitely needs to be done. But on top of that, what happens is, right, when you buy used shoes on GOAT, right, there's pictures and things like that. And I guess a tip I would have now is, if you're planning on buying a shoe, like not just putting a bid in, but buying the pair of shoes right then and there, screenshot all the pictures and make sure that your shoes come in the condition that you purchased them in. Luckily, to be honest, in hand, the condition of these look like a lot better, not a lot better, but a little bit better than they were in pictures. And I don't know if that's just because I'm gonna end up wearing these anyway, so it doesn't look that bad at all, but it really doesn't. So I don't have any personal issues, but just some things to be aware of, because as soon as you buy the shoes, at least from my experience, I couldn't get access to any of the pictures from the original listing except for maybe the first picture I got in an email. So definitely do that, but that's definitely something to be careful of, is how do you make sure, as a third party like GOAT, connecting sellers and buyers, how do you make sure that the condition told by the seller is the condition that the buyer is going to receive? Because what kind of mechanisms do they have in place? For example, if I were to go list these right now, if I were to go list these and say slightly used, take all the pictures, take the pictures of the soles, right? Look how clean these soles are. And so you would think they're in really good condition. But as they sit on there and people bid on them, and maybe 2 weeks down the line, the highest offer finally hits what I'm asking, but I've already gone out and worn these a couple times, and let's say I accidentally went out when it was raining and got these a little wet and mucked up. Like, what do you do when you're GOAT, right? Because it's a whole different thing when you're gonna be having someone, like, there's one thing when you have someone at GOAT facilities authenticating and telling whether or not shoes are real or not, right? You have the bottom of the box with the stamp and other things to look at with the makeup of the shoe. But what do you have for people at GOAT to tell, okay, were these actually 9 out of 10? Were these actually slightly used? Were these slightly VNDS, right? So, like, how do you tell? So that's definitely a question. But let me know, guys. Let me know down in the comments. Have you bought from GOAT before? What's your experience as a buyer? What's your experience as a seller? If you have any criticisms or any positive that come with GOAT. Like I said, that's just some thoughts I'm throwing out there. I don't have any personal issues with GOAT, especially from this purchase. This ran very smoothly. I just wish they came slightly quicker, but I understand the circumstances. And again, check out the video for where to buy the shoe trees for cheap. Definitely recommend everybody gets those. And for now, guys, Premier Kicks signing off.